Hello, friends. I'm here with Chef Fitzgerald, who lost 53 pounds in a coaching program. So if you're curious to know how he's done it, you want to stick around. And Chef, congratulations once more for the results. And thank you for joining me today. But before we dive in, do you mind giving the viewers a quick intro on who's Shehu Fitzgerald?
Hello, everybody. My voice is a little hoarse because it's, chef life. Things going crazy. My name is Shehu Fitzgerald, aka the Ill Chef, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I am currently the executive chef at the Hard Rock Hotel. I'm currently the executive chef at Killsborough Brewery. I'm currently the executive chef of my own company, Chef Four Corners. So I'm working multiple jobs, making things happen. It is what it is. So I'm every day hustling how to become a chef. It's a lifelong dream. It's something I've always wanted to do. Being a chef is cool. At that age, I like to eat. Who don't like to eat? Who don't like food? I love food. I was a fat kid. At about 5 years old or so, I made the decision, said, I want to be a chef. And I told my mom I wanted to be a chef. And she was like, yeah, that's what's up. Oh, she didn't say it like that. That's me. That's me saying that. But she was like, yeah, that's a great decision. And you know why she said that? You know what she told me? You always gotta find work because people always gotta eat. 2, you never go hungry because you're always around food. And 3, you can go anywhere in the world and do this job. And I was like, I'm sold. I'm in. Sounds great.
Just before you started, what was going on in your life? What were you struggling with?
When you showed me the before and after, I didn't know I looked like that. I didn't realize. Because you see yourself every day. I work out here and there. Here's the thing with me when it comes to working out, and I think I told you this from the beginning. I'm a procrastinator. I'm a dedicated chef on types of things. But when it comes to working out, I think about a lot more than I do it. I don't even know what ad I saw or how you came on my feed in LinkedIn. And you asked me, what's your goal? I don't really have a goal. I saw your ad and I just called you. We talked about it. I told you about my weight. I was having issues, but I didn't really think it was that issues. I think it was more about just me just wanting to lose a little bit of weight, get down to 215, look sexy again, and that's how things started.
Why Hotel Fit in specific? I mean, if we Google diets or workouts, I'm sure you'll find billions of them. So why Hotel Fit in specific?
People say, Chef, you look good, Chef. You look good. This is before we even started. People always tell me, you look good. You start. You go to the gym. You go to the gym, Chef. Chef, you go to the gym. And I tell them, my man, I work 15 hours a day. This is the gym. So when you said Hotel Fit, I was like, my job has always been my workout. Because people always thinking like, Chef strong, Chef this, walk around, not realize I'm freaking obese by 200 fucking 250, 240 pounds overweight and everything else, but everybody's telling me how good I look. Yo, Chef, I'm going to gym with you. I'm like, bro, how do you think I'm going to the gym? You saw me at 6 o'clock in the morning. You see me leaving at 10 o'clock at night, and you see me coming back to 6 o'clock in the morning. When I'm going to sleep, when I have to spend time with my family, I ain't got time to go to the gym. When you start telling me, like, we got these 30-minute workouts, you got like this, and like, now Chef is calculating times, calculating this, and then remember the main thing I told you, I says, I have everything here. I have what I need to work right here in my house. So that was it. And then, like I told you, the worst thing was the hard thing was just committing and being dedicated. Because I would work out in the past, do things like P90X, whatever, this, that, and the third, and you do something for a little bit, 1 week or 2 weeks, whatever. Something happens, and next thing you know, it's 3 years later. So you made something really simple for me. And I was like, all right, cool.
And now we're here, man. Let's talk about your results. What's the difference between now and when you first got started?
I've lost this 53 pounds. 53 pounds, is it?
Yes, sir. You started at 240 to 187.
240 to 187. When we first started, right, what did I first say? Because I know I didn't want 50 pounds. I thought losing 50 pounds is like, I'll walk around looking like a crackhead or something, but I feel great. I'm happy you pushed me to do it. What I said, 215 or something like that?
Yeah. You said you'd be happy just to lose a couple of pounds, like 215, but then we run the BMI numbers and we talked a little bit more. And I encourage you to go a little bit further to see how far you would get. This is very personal. Like some people want to go all the way to see how they look like. And some people just want to drop some pounds, tone up a little bit. So we weren't sure, but we kept going. And I mean, the weight started falling off. And we eventually set up that goal 189.
This is probably the closest I've been to high school weight since high school, which is 165 around there. I'm now 187, I believe.
Yeah, but obviously we got to consider that you put on some weight in muscle too. We can see it in the progress photos. You were like, you're not like one of the cases where we look at you and you were like really overweight. You were bloated and you had stubborn belly fat. We just got rid of all of it.
It wasn't like I was like obesely, but there was issues. There was issues. Some of the major results were health benefits, new dedication. Procrastination is not an excuse no more. I use procrastination. I use my excuse as an excuse. Don't do that no more. I had an issue with my knee, with my left knee during that time. I had told you about my checkups and things I was doing through our progress. My knee was one of them. I had an X-ray, MRI, looked at specialists, sports medicine doctors, and everything, and they said, we can't figure out anything that's wrong with it. It looks good. Doctor said it's just one of those things. And so he says, best thing to do is just try to get on it. I said, all right, no problem, Doc. And so we started working out, me and you, going through our progression. I don't know when, but at some point I realized the pain started getting less and eventually just went away. I think me and you was talking about it, whatever, we told about it. And he said, yo, there was this inflammation, Chef. You lost a lot of that weight. You lost that inflammation in your knee. It's gone. So your knee's fine. And I was like, makes sense. So that's a result. I'm a chef, and I'm always going to be a chef. I'm going to die as a chef. I'm never going to have a diet. And one of your other things you talked about in your fitness program was not having to change your diet, because I'm not doing that for nobody. I love food. And so my diet is never really going to ever change. And I can't regulate it because I'm a chef. So I'm always going to eat foods. I'm almost always interested in tasting different foods. I know one of the things you had told me about, and I told you I'm not going to have a problem with that. It's the fasting. I said, I'm not having a problem with fasting. I can fast. I fasted before. But now, when I fast and when I eat, a mental thing happens to me. If I'm going to eat, I want to eat something that's good and nutritious, because this is the only meal I'm going to get. So I can't waste it. So I want to make sure I get a good meal. So now a new habit is try to eat a little bit better. Try to make sure I get those good meals in. But yeah, I'm still going to have my Chinese rice. I'm still going to go downtown, have this. I'm still going to have a beer in there. But moderation is the key. When you were telling me about that, I like that process of your program as well. And I thought that could fit with my life, which is Hotel Fit.
Not bad. 53 pounds, got rid of knee pain, promotion. That's pretty good, man. What would be your advice for chefs watching this that are potentially in a similar situation as you were before you got started?
If you're thinking about something, you know your body, you know your health, and so you know things are not right, things are not aligned, and you should get done. Because I love cooking. Granted, we all know this is a young man's game. Your knees are going to eventually give out. You're going to start to age out. But if you're smart with things, if you're smart with cooking good, honest food, staying abreast of the trends and new techniques, and I mean, food don't change, just styles and what you do changes, because food's always here. It's same stuff. And you take care of your health so you can stay in the game longer. Because, like I said, I'm not going to like front office. I'm not trying to become a hotel manager. I'm not trying to do this. I'm not trying to become F&B director. I'm just going to be a chef. And when I retire as a chef. I'm 51 this year. It's easily put another 14 years in my life back in the game. So I plan on cooking to 65. And then at that point in time, I gotta start really thinking my exit plan. And if I want to continue doing that, I need to thank you.
Congratulations, man. This was a great result. Those progress photos are insane. I'm glad you're happy. I'm glad things are good. But yeah, guys, watching this, if you have a question for me or for Chef, just drop in the comments. We'll get back to you. And thank you all for watching. Keep being awesome. I'll see you on the flip side.